got earbuds in. Now I can't hear you. All right. We're going to try this over. I did this last night. I got to take these out. I did this last night. And it was too late. It was too late. There was nobody up. I think I had one guy in chat last night, Bart. And he wasn't really paying attention. He made 3 comments and then he was gone. And so we're going to try this again today. Let's see. What did I put on here for a thumbnail today? Thumbnail today was the little sign, and I think it was supposed to be a joke. Part of it was a joke. And it was no photos, no videos, no phones, no heckling. And that's what you do at comedy shows, is you heckle, but in a good way, not in a bad way. You know what I mean? Anyway, I had 2 packages open. One was frickin' from Second Chance Stacks, and one was from MLZB and Jenny. So I thought maybe I would not reopen them, but show you what I had, because I got some stuff. I got some neat stuff. I got some other stuff sitting here. Not much, but I got something. Anyway, hey, Ron AZ, good morning. I'm still looking at beaver nickels, buddy. I'm still looking. I was supposed to look at large pennies and small nickels for hidden. And I got through the pennies, and I found I didn't need any. Or I didn't have any that he needed. I don't think he has any that I need. I think we both kind of need about the same thing. And small nickels I still got to go through and check against his list. And then I got to check against you too. The beaver nickels were the last on my list to put into a book. I got too much to do. I should go to a sale today and try and sell some stuff. It's a tailgater's flea market type of sale, and it's a big one. There's 4 sales a year. This is the last one for the year. I should put some stuff together and go down there, but I'm not going to because I have too much to do today. I got to do this. I got to run to the post office. I have to mail package to Gatita also, and a package that's got to go up to Joe Durbin. And I just wanted to, and you knew it was coming, but express my condolences to Diane because her mother passed, and they had been busy the last couple of weeks with her health care and stuff. So I just wanted to say I'm sorry to hear of her passing, and I feel for you, Diane. I lost my mother 2 years ago now. So, yeah, it's a difficult time, but you get over it, and you move on. That's what we do as human beings. We adapt and we move on. All right, I'm just going to wait until Freaking Awesome comes up because you know what? Freaking Awesome is as my managing mod. And what I did Wednesday is I went and had to go over to Mason City again because Monday and Tuesday I had to go over for VA appointments. I think I explained that in a previous video. But, the thumbnail I used last night was my youngest daughter's pit bull Pfeiffer, dressed up in her autumn finest last year. sitting in the leaves. She had her sweater on, looking so pretty. And then the thumbnail before that was those mushrooms, the underside of those mushrooms that I found that I'm still trying to figure out what they are. Anyway, I thought maybe somebody could help me with that. Shroom Day, maybe. Anyway, I have to download an app to my phone where I can just take a picture of a mushroom and it sends it right to a person who's an expert in the field at the University of Iowa, and they will identify or help identify the mushroom. And yeah, those were the thumbnails. Okay, what was I saying? I had to go to VA Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My buddy called from halfway to Mason City, and he had some trees go down in his yard this summer. One was a basswood, one maple, one, not sure what that one is. Nice straight wood, real white, straight. I don't know if that was ash or what. But anyway, I brought a pickup. No, I took my dump trailer over there. We loaded a dump trailer full, single axle dump trailer. So you don't get much in it. You can put a ton of something or whatever in it, but we filled it up. I brought it home. I split it. I stacked a pickup load of split stuff. I still got a good pickup load out there to go pick up and stack in the shed. But other than that, yeah, I know it's coffee time, buddy. And then I'm actually done splitting and stacking everything that I have except the two piles of oak. And do you guys remember my thumbnails from earlier this spring? I showed you two great big piles of logs that hadn't been cut, split, or a damn thing. And then as the summer progressed, I showed you pictures of piles of split wood and then inside the woodshed. Well, I'm going to take a picture of, or a couple pictures of the pasture out here. The pasture that I had all kinds of cottonwood logs laid out in it. That's cut up, split, stacked in the shed. Then the other pile is out to the south of the place here on just a little adjacent piece. And I had the remaining pile of oak log or remaining pile of cottonwood logs. I had an ash log from my neighbor's place where they cut a tree down. I had some logs from a tree service in Little Cedar where they had done a job at Little Cedar, which is just a couple of miles away. And they called me and asked me if I wanted some wood, and I said, sure. So I went up there and picked up a 16-foot car trailer full of logs. They loaded them for me. I cut them up on a trailer, dumped them off on a pile, and that's where they stayed for a while. And I finally got all that stuff split and in the shed. All I am left with is two small piles of oak logs out there. They need to be cut and split, but I don't have the room in the shed for it. So after this winter, so next spring, I will be cutting those oak logs. They've been laying there for about 10 years now, but hardwood can sit there for a while. It doesn't hurt it at all. And I will get that done, but I'm going to take a couple pictures to show you the pasture and the other piece out here where all those logs were laying and how clean everything is now. There's some things I got to do around here. I have to mail Gatita Oso's packages. I got a package to go to Durban. That's got to get done today. I have a water trailer sitting out there by my where my wife planted some trees in the grove, so she didn't have to carry water as far in her little pull wagon that she had. She would put two 5-gallon pails of water in it and pull it out there, and would lose most of the water by the time she got out there. So I took a 350-gallon tank, put it on a trailer, and hauled it out there for her so she could have at least 350 gallons of water out there she could water her trees with that she planted. Well, she used half of it, so I'm going to dump the rest, pull the trailer up, put it in the shed. Or maybe I just let that one sit outside for the winter. I don't know. I got to let it dry out first. But anyway, it's a 350-gallon chemical tank. You know, it's in the metal cage, just sitting on a pallet. And they've been cleaned out. I use them for maple syrup, maple sap in the springtime when I was actually tapping about 150 trees, and I had excess sap, and I would put it into two 350-gallon containers when I had my barrel full and my pan was full boiling. I had those that I could take sap out of. I could fill, store, take sap out of, because sap in the spring, depending on how cool it is, will last for about 10 days, 2 weeks before it starts to spoil, and then you can't use it. So then you might as well dump it. So you have to continuously boil, continuously get that water out, that excess water out of the sap, and get it down to almost syrup, or boil it down to syrup in that pan, and peel it off after that, and then can it. I like to just store it in 5-gallon pails, cover it with cheesecloth, and then I can do a final boil on my electric stove in the shed, and that way I can sit there and watch it. It won't boil over for me. And then I can it right there on the bench. So that's the way that went. I do not tap that many trees anymore. I will put 50 to 75 taps out anymore. I had 300 taps at one time. How many do I have now? 100? I probably have 100 taps now. I think I sold a couple hundred taps. But I have my pan, my stove, my pails, my filters, and all that good stuff yet. For making syrup, how long I'm going to do that, I don't know yet. This spring, I tapped the maple trees in my yard. I had 30 taps out, and I still managed to make 2.5 gallons of syrup. So, and if you've never had vanilla ice cream, just vanilla ice cream in a bowl or in say a big tall glass or something, and you've made your own milkshakes, you poured milk into it, you stirred it up, or put it in a blender and stirred it up. You've done that. Or you've had chocolate, or you've had caramel with nuts, with Reese's Pieces, or with M&Ms, or with crushed up Oreo cookies, or crushed up graham crackers, honey graham crackers, or you've even put Captain Crunch or Fruit Loops or something like that on it. Wow, they were booked. I suppose everybody's out. Last few days of the season. It's like skydiving, man. The last few days of the season, and people are out in droves. I thought about going up and making a jump this summer, and I didn't get to it, and I was going to do it last month. Didn't do it. Thinking about doing it this weekend coming up if it's going to be nice out. I don't know if I want to drive 6 hours for a couple of jumps. I should. I need to stay current, but oh well. Oh, and I was going to tell you, if you've never tried my homemade syrup, and my homemade syrup is not like regular syrup that you get in the store. In the store, you get regular maple syrup. It's maple flavored, but it's mostly high fructose corn syrup. And when you pour it out, it stays on the outside of your pancakes. It just goes down the outside like frosting, basically. That's not maple syrup. If you pour maple syrup, actual maple syrup on some pancakes or um, French toast or waffle or something like that, it immediately soaks up into the pancakes or waffles. Why? Because it's uh, more liquid. It's liquefiedier. Is that a word? Liquefiedier? It's waterier. Its consistency is more like water. It's not real thick and sticky like corn syrup is. That's crap. That'll shit'll kill you. Real maple syrup is sap with a sugar content in it, and what you're doing is boiling off the excess water until you get down to more sugary content that tastes like maple. That's maple syrup, and then you have to hot pack it, and then when you open it, if you don't use it for a long time, if you don't use it, the unused portion has to go in your refrigerator. Why? To keep it cool. Because real maple syrup will mold if you don't use it. You can scrape the mold off and taste the syrup, and it should still taste like syrup, but it will get moldy on top. Just like cheese, just like what else does that? You can scrape the mold off cheese and still use it. Boom. It's still cheese. You can scrape the mold off maple syrup and still use it. Tastes like maple syrup. Something else gets moldy like that too, and I forget what it is. And you can scrape the mold off. Oh, fucking sourdough gets moldy. If you have sourdough, a crock of sourdough on your counter and you keep it covered, with a towel, and you feed it um, flour, white bleached flour. You get unbleached too, but more expensive. And feed it. Every once in a while, put a little sugar in it, and that feeds your sourdough. And you keep it um, mixed up so it doesn't get hard on top. If you fuck up and you put like whole wheat flour or oat flour or something like that into your container of maple syrup or your container of sourdough where your starter is at, it will actually mold. And you can stir that mold in, and you can actually eat it, and the mold is good for you actually, but it gives it a taste. Not a moldy taste, but it gives it a taste. Or you could scrape that mold off and continue to use your starter. And there are things like that people will throw stuff away when it's moldy, but they don't have to. Hey, Seven Stacks, how are you? I'm kind of waiting for freaking awesome to get the notification and he comes in, and then we can get started on some of the things that I have from a couple of packages that I got from Second Chance and from MLZB and Jenny. And I just, what was it, night before last, or last night when MLZB and Jenny were on, and Cash Money, the three amigos, they always do races, but they do bins also. And there were some good deals on bins. I bought a couple of pieces. I bought one from Cash Money at Spot, and I bought one from MLZB that was real close to Spot. One Well, they're both reckless pieces. Both reckless pieces. So there were some good deals, man. Who was it? Sorcerer Stan grabbed one, and I was just ready to hit the enter button. He said, "Bin the whatever," and God damn it, I missed that one. Cause that was a good deal. That Jenny had that deal. That was her good deal of the evening. Should have got that one, but I missed that one. I got two pretty good deals, so I spent $300, but it was they were some good deals. If you guys don't know, and you don't go to MLZ Beat and Cash Money's channel when they're up, they have some good deals, man. I'm binned out for this month. I can't buy anymore. I'm done. I can't buy anymore. And my advice to everybody here is if you think silver has reached its zenith, I think you're mistaken. I think $50 is your new floor for a couple of months, maybe not even that long, and you're going to see it go much higher. But it's about time, huh? We've been stacking silver for how many decades now? Well, since the 80s anyway. And yeah, it's about time. It's about time. Man, I'm waiting for like $55 and then I'm going to sell some. I want a net 50 an ounce. That's what I want to do. I want a net 50. And then I'll wait for it to hit 60 or above and then I'll sell some more. But I won't sell it all because what do? You dollar cost average on the way up. You got a Mama T channel for? Oh, Ron, nice. And I'm not. Oh man, does Big T have pores too? That's a question I need to ask him. Huh? A Mama T channel pore. Wow. Yeah, I spent my budget, man. This month is done. You know, as silver gets higher and higher, the spot price gets higher and higher. I can buy less and less, but I'm still buying because what do? We dollar cost average on the way up and on the way down. So, you know, we bought a lot more of it when it was at $8 an ounce, as opposed to in the teens, as opposed to the 20s. And we started getting up into the 30s and we start slowing down a bit, but we still dollar cost average on the way up and one dollar cost average on the way down. So, as silver gets more and more expensive in spot price, you're going to buy less and less of it, but you're still going to buy some. And as it raises in price, you're going to start selling because as it went up in price from 8 to the teens to the 8 to 12 to the teens to the 20s, you bought in there. So that's the stuff you're going to sell probably first. And then the later stuff in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, that's the stuff you'll sell last because you'll get more for that, but you spent more for that. So dollar cost average on the way up, dollar cost average on the way down. That's the way to do it. I figure I have probably right at now. I'm just going to figure 1,000 ounces. I probably have more than that, but let's just say it's 1,000 ounces I figure I have like $28 average price in that 1,000 ounces. That's $28,000. That's what I figure I got it. Might even be a little bit less than that. I'm making an error on the upside anyway. So I figure I got to have 50 net. I don't know. So, I'll sell the stuff I bought at $8, $12, $15. I'll sell that stuff first at 50. And then when it gets up to 60, 65, or even higher, then I'll sell stuff in the middle. Then I'll sell stuff, you know. So everything will even out. So everything will even out. I like picking up channel pours. I do like picking up um, just pours, from people. I have Supreme Ginger Stacker pours. I got Liquid Metal. I got oh shit, Reckless. I got Draper Mint. Um, I guess I wouldn't call that a pour, but Angry Warrior pours. Who else pours? Um, that I have. SGT Stacking. Man, who's this guy out of North Dakota? I forget. Oh man, I got probably 10 different people I got pours from. Yeah, I got Herman's. Who else? Who else? Man, I can't think. Who's a guy up by $1 Million Meg? I got some of his pours. Hard Knocks. There you go. Yep, got his. Yeah, I got a lot of pours, and I do like channel pours, but or channel rounds or whatever. But I just like the pours that they do. Like Ginger's pours, I try to get prototypes, and um, Angry, I try to get prototypes from him. I have several. I'll, I'll get a couple right here at the table. I keep them up here all the time. These are on my stage. Oh, there goes my ginger pour. Oh, there goes my ginger pour. And that is a channel around there. And then I got this AWT Angry pour up here. These are just the ones that are on my stage that aren't in the safe. This is a ginger pour. Yeah, it doesn't want to focus on that plastic too well. I got it taped in the back, so I'm not going to take it off. But this one is a 1.3 ounce. I believe this is a proto. No, this is number one. This is number one in 1.3 ounce. They're the 1 ounces. You can just see all of the printing on the back. See the 1.3, 999, SGS, and then over here, right here, you can see proto or number one. Right there. And that one is with the, let me see. Yeah, 101. There you go, 101. And that's a sterling. She did that, or he did that in sterling for me. And then this Angry Warrior pour here, I got this one at the WWP auction. Come on there, you son of a bitch. I wanted number 1, but I took this one, or the proto. I did take this one because somebody else wanted the other one real bad. I got number 1 again. The talents of service and sacrifice that he made. What he made? 4, I think. 3 for the auction and 1 proto. So there were 4. That was that pour right there. And see if I can hold this thing. That was that pour right there. And that was the back of it. 2025 WWP, 4.5 ounces, number 1. And I was happy to get it. Happy to get it. Yeah, Ginger does a good job. I was actually on Ginger's channel long before he went mainstream. And we didn't do any collaborations, but we did, I did some encouragement, let's put it that way. Uh-oh. Are you going to fit in there, you son of a bitch? Come on. Go in there. There you go. Hot dog. Why does this not want to fit right? I got to find another. Huh. I don't have another one in there. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Damn, I got all these bags in here, but I don't have that bag. All right. Well, I have to get another one. I like these Mylar bags to put my pours in. It keeps them nice and safe. And I got to find that one for Ginger's pour there. All right. Well, why don't you like pours, Ron? I mean, it's still silver. Sometimes you can get some half-ass decent deals on just, if you wanted to melt it, you could, and make it into a bar or a round. It's artistry. It's all. I look at it like tattoos, bud. Tattoos it's artistry, especially the pictures, stuff on people's wrists, and it's artistry. And then, speaking of tattoos, the gal that I used to go to over here in McIntyre, just not that far away, and she's a former Marine. Her husband's a former Marine. He has a real job, but he also works on motorcycles on the side. Had a motorcycle shop over there. She would do my tattoos. She started doing tattoos in the Marine Corps and just kept up with it when she got out, and had a nice little shop over there and everything. And I guess she sold her business. Damn, man. Now I got to find someplace else to go get tattoos. Well, yeah, okay. Well, what I did is I won one race from Second Chance, and she had this maple with a moose privy on it. Come on, you goddamn. I really hate it when this camera does that. With that moose privy on. And I had another one like that. I had another one. So what I did was I took it, and I have another coming from her. She had a slab lib, and I forget what year it was, in her box. And it was a $25 upgrade. So nobody really wanted the box, but I can't say that. Maybe somebody did. But I won a race, and I decided to take it. And it was a slab lib. And I'm telling you what, for the $25, that was worth the money. That slab lid was, if you look it up, it was like $75. So that was worth spending the money. And then what did I get here? I forget where I got this one. I think maybe I got this one from MLZB, but it's the Canadian 2-ounce, and I didn't have this one, the Kraken. I did not have that one, and it is a 2-ounce, and it's a reeded edge. I mean, it's nothing special, but it's a chunky little bugger. But I didn't have a Kraken, and so I needed a Kraken with my other Kraken up here on the stage, my 7-ouncer that is pour. So I got those two Canadian ones, and then I bought I think I bought this from MLZB, and this one does not have stamped how much it weighs on it. You can see it's number 139, and